to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event with your hosts, TV Scouting MMA and
the Guru back again for UFC London. You have Tom Aspinall taking on Curtis Razor Blaydes in your heavyweight contender main event. Man, this is a title contender eliminator if I've seen one. Also, probably the Tuivasa Gane fight. But before we can get into all that craziness and this sick card that, has some big shoes to fill with the last UFC London card, but I really think it does it quite well. We knew we had big shoes to fill as well. So why not bring the same guy back again? He fits the shoes perfectly. We've got Verdict TikTok's own. We've got Howler Head's own. Man, you've got the esports thing going on too. You're doing millions of different things online, man. We've got the Bane, Ben Davis in the house. What is going on, buddy?
The most random assortment of things. He's a garbage man and he's a librarian, but he's also going to be drafted by the Knicks this season. Yeah, it's none of my shit really flows into each other. But hey, we do what we do. I'm doing great. So happy to be here. We had a lot of fun breaking down the prior UFC London card, and like you said, it just makes sense that the same crew tackles Aspinall versus Blaydes. So I'm just pumped to be here.
I believe we went head to head on the main event last time, and I believe you were correct, and we were not. So
I picked Aspinall by sub.
I believe you were just on Aspinall. So. We were definitely on Volkov, and that was not cute at all.
Didn't work out, and Delilah's here to help out Bane and make sure he's got backup. Love it.
We love the wiener dogs here. So
she has never been wrong on a pick. She is currently undefeated on her betting. So this is going to be a big boost.
What's her Bet MMA page? I got that third party tracking.
Weenies picks. BetMMA.com/Weenies picks.
Shout out whoever gets that page up and running. That'd be a beautiful thing. Shout out Daz, always in the chat, getting it popping. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're giving at Ben the Bane Davis a follow on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere. TikTok, that's the man. And we got a plan, and it's to break down UFC London. And we got the stats without Guru reminding me. I got a feeling we're off to beautiful things tonight, guys.
I got a feeling that tonight we're going to hear some.
Oh, yeah, we're popping the brewskis. We're ready to go, guys. I mean, this is a party. And why not? Because we got a banger in the main event. Sometimes, these heavyweight main card, fights are a little bit sketchy. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Right.
But here we are. We got Curtis Blaydes versus Tom Aspinall. I don't know if you can make a better matchup that's not a title fight. I think I'm more excited for this one from an all-around MMA perspective than I am for Gane versus Tuivasa. Because, we know Tuivasa is going to stand and bang, but, I'm curious what it looks like when these two guys get into some scrambles. I mean, it's going to be like something the octagon is going to be shaking as they're pushing up against the cage and flailing all over the mat. I mean, I'm really excited. You got Tom Aspinall, 1 inch taller, but Curtis Blaydes 2 inches more reach. Blaydes is 2 years older, but with that comes 10 more UFC fights. I mean, I'm just so excited. You look at the striking numbers, and it's clear, in all these small, quote unquote, small sample size fights of Tom Aspinall's, I mean, he's high output, and you can see, he's putting on the pace at distance. But Curtis Blaydes, he's not so far behind. I know it's green and red. It looks a little, black and white over there. But at the end of the day, Blaydes isn't too far off what Aspinall's doing on the feet, at least from distance. And then you go ahead and you look at the takedown numbers. And of course, I mean, Blaydes has got all the volume numbers there. But the question comes down to, we've seen Aspinall kind of go to his wrestling when things aren't quite going his way on the feet, or maybe he needs a quick break, change things up. Is that something he's going to be able to do here against Curtis Blaydes? I'm not so sure. Right now, you got the line Aspinall minus 130, Blaydes plus 110. Oof. The line closes this way, the first time that Blaydes would be an underdog in his UFC career. So, I mean, Guru, where are you looking on this fight, man?
Wow, yeah, the line itself is quite the enigma, because like you said, you've never seen Curtis Razor Blaydes at this number. And Vegas did not line it at this number. It has been bought to this number. I kind of wanted Tom Aspinall plus money about a month ago. We've never done anything like that. But that was obviously that's obviously without tape. That's again not something that we do. But it was something I was thinking about. Now we pull into this fight after doing the research, and man, it is a freaking tough one, right? Because we're like, okay, the Volkov Aspinall fight. Well, at least we'll learn something, really important about Aspinall, right? We really thought that Volkov was going to be the one to try to test him, and Volkov showed that he just struggles so greatly to use that God-given reach advantage, and Aspinall just crushed forward, and Volkov had no way to maintain that distance, and he went down hard, and then he got submitted. I wonder, right? The narrative behind, Curtis Blaydes, he's only been finished by Lewis and Ngannou. Is he really going to lose? Like, I just feel like I don't know why Tom Aspinall isn't in that class of guys right now. Like he there's nothing he hasn't shown in that respect other than, going into the third or fourth round, which whose fault is that? Is that his fault that he's finished starching fools? Like, not really. Again, Volkov was supposed to be that test, and he didn't quite do it. So I wonder what happens if Blaydes gets rocked. I wonder what happens if Blaydes gets tired, starting to wrestle grapple. We've seen that happen before, right? I believe he couldn't get his wrestling going very well against Derek Lewis. That was a problem. But at the same time, it wasn't right because he thought he was doing well because he was landing with the hands. We've seen wrestlers and guys fall in love with their hands, and they find themselves in trouble. One little caveat, obviously, it's a very small sample size because who the fuck does this? But, Curtis Blaydes' takedown defense, 33%. He's been taken down, attempted, he's only faced 6 of them, but he's been taken down on 4. So I wonder how much he practices in that. And if Aspinall surprises him, grabs a single and tips him over, what happens? It's very sketchy. So I kind of lean towards the Aspinall early finish again. And otherwise Blaydes plus money is like, me and my plus money. It's hard to talk me off of that. So I'm not super duper sold yet. I'm going to continue to look at shit. I want to see them face each other. But now I'm kind of rambling. We need the Bane. That's why we brought him in. What do you got for us, buddy?
Now, I went on Aspinall a couple months ago. Now I'm flipping the switch. It's Curtis Razor Blaydes time. And again, you mentioned it. You said it several times. At dog odds. Are you kidding me? This is a guy who typically will close minus 300, minus 400, and he's lived up to that. Dominating performances, devastating finishes, knocking out Chris Daukaus, and staking his claim at the top of this division. You say Ngannou's finished him twice. Lewis has finished him once. Why isn't Aspinall in that category? Because Tom's a different stylistic challenge. Aspinall does not have these dynamite hands. He is heavy-handed. I give him that. But he's much more footwork-oriented. He's that new breed of heavyweight that kind of is more volume-focused. And I just don't think that that's going to give Curtis Blaydes as many problems as an Ngannou or a Derek Lewis. Now, here's another thing. Jiu-jitsu versus wrestling. Aspinall's family, jiu-jitsu royalty over in England. But guess what UK has historically struggled with? Wrestling. Hard to throw up any subs when you've got a monster just dominating inside control. I think that this is going to be a vintage Blaydes performance. I think he's going to exploit some weaknesses in Aspinall that we haven't seen. Because again, Tommy A, that win over Volkov, impressive. What's his next win? Sergey Spivak, Andrei Arlovsky, Jake Collier. These guys are not on the level of Curtis Razor Blaydes. And you look at that experience differential. 10 UFC fights. That's the disparity we're looking at. Not pro MMA fights. 10 UFC fights. And as you alluded to, those UFC stats, 2010 to present, he hasn't really fallen that far behind. All of those percentages, Curtis Blaydes is a stone's throw away with 10 more fights.
And a higher level of competition, to your point.
And a higher level of competition. So I like Aspinall a lot. I do believe that he's going to be a future champion, but Curtis Blaydes is still a tall task to handle. And if you look at some of the props on him, Blaydes by decision plus 450, Come on. We've seen him wrestle fuck guys for the full 25. I
You're
can
right.
certainly see it. But also Blaydes
You're
by KO. Look, he's notched 11 KO TKO wins in 16 pro wins at plus 215. That's also worth the sprinkle. But again, at the money line, dog odds all day, Curtis Blaydes.
I see Gianni the Greek like literally shitting a brick over this fight right now.
I'm just saying. So I've been vacillating this week on this fight.
Ooh.
I started
I'm not
off.
very intelligent. What is that?
I was going to say, that's a Scrabble word right there. Are you,
All
is
right,
that coming?
so
Are you masturbating?
Yeah, are
on
you
this
using
one?
Vaseline
Well,
to
that's
masturbate?
always going on. That's
my
always happening. Let's be fair. But vacillating means going back and forth.
Ooh.
Yeah. So as Guru will tell you, early in the week, we kind of, we like dabbling in our little conversations here. And I started off like, listen, man, I'm leaning Blaydes. And we got into the conversation, like, how many times are we going to do this? The veteran, blah, 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 choosing the guy, more difficult pathway. It's like, oh, man, I've been a hater. I got to go to the Aspinall side. I've been trying to fade him. It hasn't been the right time. And as the week goes on, I thought I was all settled a couple days ago. And then here we are. And I'm just like, man, it's Curtis Blaydes. It is. And it's dog money. It's Curtis Blaydes. And if you don't want to play with a side in this fight, what I will tell you is this fight is going to the championship rounds. Like, we are going to see Tom Aspinall challenged in a way he's never been challenged in his UFC career. Fight to start round 4, plus 110 on DraftKings. Go and hit that right now. Wow. You don't even have to choose a side. I think Blaydes ends up getting the victory. One thing that we saw in Aspinall and the regional scene that keeps on sticking out of my mind is that leg lock loss that he has. Yeah. He's in scramble after scramble, 2 rounds deep into this fight. And next thing you know, the gas is just gone. And I get it, heavyweight, that's a lot to be moving around. And when you finally kind of face a little bit of resistance when you're used to being the guy that's winning the scrambles, it gets tough. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I'm playing the fight here. Curtis Blaydes, if you want to play the money line, go a little crazy, I don't even have a prop for you. I think he can win any which way besides a sub. But, hey, you gas out just right. Blaydes has been working on his jiu-jitsu. It's possible. Just take the dog odds. Don't get too cute. If you don't want to play the side, fight starts round 4, plus 110. Either way, it's worth a couple of units. So take your choice. But
I just put 5 on it. Scouting. I just tossed $5.
I got 5 on it.
So let's go. I mean, we're starting off. We got some plus money plays for you people.
I was about to say, I don't care what anybody says about our guy Bane. If he's not a fantastic MMA handicapper, he's at the very least a goddamn good salesman because he sold me.
Well, I was going to say I'm a very bad handicapper.
I disagree.
I lock losses every week. If you fade my picks, you'd be the most profitable bettor of all time. I swear to God, my DraftKings sits at $0 more often than not. I am shit at betting.
Okay, but all right, but I see the way you bet. Like, first off, your bets go viral because again, they're hysterical.
They're stupid,
but
yeah.
you have these, but they're fortune teller bets where you're parlaying not only 4 winners, but 4 specific method of victories, and sometimes you throw rounds in there. Like you're going for the lottery ticket. So you bring it in.
The last UFC London we had, I had a 9-leg parlay. I know exactly what you're talking about. A 9-leg parlay, and I hit all of them except was it UFC London? I'm not sure. It was a 9-leg parlay, and I bet on Yoel Alvarez versus Arman Saryukian, and Alvarez got absolutely brutalized. And that was $5 to win 1,000. And to your point, Ignacio Bahamundes round 3 notched that, a couple finishes in there, and then completely fucked up on my read on Alvarez. But with this one, if you want a wacky bet, fight to start round 4. That's great. I think Blaydes by KO TKO. We've looked at the elbows before. It has caused problems for many heavyweights. I just think Tom Aspinall has not faced the stylistic challenge that Curtis Blaydes brings. The only people that have caused Blaydes problems, they aren't what Tom Aspinall is. So maybe because this is the question, right? Maybe Aspinall presents something that now gives Blaydes issues. But historically, Curtis has passed that test time and time again. And we look at the deficit that the UK has with wrestling. And, man, I like the jiu-jitsu. I like what Aspinall brings. I think it's going to be his time. Just not now, just not Saturday.
I kind of wish you had said that. I had heard you said that earlier on your Twitter Spaces. Shout out, make sure you're following @BenTheBaneDavis. on your Twitter Spaces earlier, you literally had said that the wrestling thing, and I kind of wish you had said that last week about Ricky Simone and Jack Shore, because that wrestling, that USA wrestling versus that British wrestling, Wales wrestling made a huge European wrestling made a huge difference.
And dude, I mean, let's rewind about 7 days. The Welshman had one of the worst game plans I think I'd ever seen. Coming to that 16-0, Jack Tank Shore didn't stick to his guns at all. There was not a striking implementation that I saw. It felt like he did have some paths to victory. Admittedly, Ricky Simone had more at the offset. And just, man, I mean, why is Jack Shore shooting on Ricky Simone? That makes zero sense. But at the same time, again, if you faded him, that's great. Don't fade Jack Shore moving forward. That kid's going to learn from this. He's going to bounce back in a big way. Whoever Shore faces next, I'm betting on Jack Shore. I don't care who it is, unless it's like Adrian Yanez. Then I'm still going to fade him.
Yeah. We can be down with that for sure. But hey, looking over to the chat, just want to say, hey, Herb, what's going on, man? Aspinall does turn out to have a solid gas tank. He's going to be amazing value because he can get an early finish. And if he has the cardio, yeah, that volume will be crazy. And can we agree if someone's getting a finish early, it's most definitely Aspinall? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would expect Aspinall to himself to have decent enough sub defense. At the same time, if Curtis gets into full mount at some point, gets his hips, and he's supposed to be is he going to be the heavier heavyweight by a few pounds? Is that
Curtis Blaydes is going to be the bigger guy?
That's what I'm saying. Like by a few pounds, right?
Yeah, at least 10 to 20, because Blaydes cuts to 265, and so Aspinall weighs in at like 250.
Exactly. So if he's 10 to 20 pounds heavier and he gets his hips and is in mount or side control and starts to control him, it really could be a problem. And I think you're right. And one thing that right before we get into this one, because we're talking a lot, one thing that sometimes we've done, TB, just as bettors, and I think this is just a PSA to all bettors out there, right? We just lost money stupidly betting on Volkov over Aspinall. So it's like that gut wrench, unconscious bias or somewhat conscious bias that you want to go make it back because you messed up the read. But maybe this isn't the spot to do that because, like a bright handicapper said, matchups make fights. So, you got to be cautious of when you go back to try to make your money back on a fighter. And I don't know. I think you really did sell me that Curtis Blaydes is the winner here, and it might not be that time to get it back on Aspinall.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's a departure from what I'd said several months ago, right? I'm big on Tom Aspinall, but I'm just bigger on Curtis Blaydes, and the win over Chris Daukaus has sealed it because, again, he's made these improvements, right? He's 31 years old. It's not like he's the oldest guy in the world, but he's been at this level, and we're seeing more wrinkles in the game. And I just think it's going to cause more problems than Tom Aspinall is expecting, and more problems than he's dealt with historically. And maybe he's going to rise above it. But again, a guy who's never been out of round 2 against the person in Curtis Blaydes who's gone 5 rounds comfortably. It just, I mean, as bettors, right, we want to look at what the probability kind of incites and where the value lies. And I just think more value lies with Blaydes because he's proven product at that top of the weight class. Tom's not. Against Volkov, it's different. Now it's just not in Tom's favor, I don't think.
Yeah, literally, thank you for bringing that up because what is this? Curtis Razor Blaydes is like 8th UFC main event that he's preparing for. This is now his first. So I think that's a huge factor as well. So very
up, Jew? What's going on in the chat, people?
The double
Curtis parlay. That makes a good point. We got to get going on to our next Curtis fight here because now you know where we're at in the main event. And 280 is going to be fucking lit. Hell yeah, Jew. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always great to see you. And man, now we're down to our co-main event here. We got Jack Hermansson versus Chris the Action Man Curtis. Is it Jack the Ripper Hermansson? It better be, right? Like
Jack the Joker, baby.
Jack the Joker.
Oh yeah, the Joker. The Joker, that's right. Oopsies. I did it. There you go. That was my mix-up of the day. So
you'll have another one.
Yeah, oh no, it's coming. Don't worry, people.
Yeah, where's your drink?
We
gotta get you a little saucy.
Yeah, so we're ready, guys, because this one, I mean, we got kind of a late notice replacement, and who else but Chris Curtis? It's like, here we are again. Chris Curtis actually a year older than Hermansson, even though he's got, a lot less UFC fights. I mean, the Action Man, he's been in there getting after it. He has the win over, you got it over Brendan Allen. You got the win over, Hawes. You got the win over Rodolfo Vieira his last time out, and he shows that he can carry his cardio, he can stuff takedowns, and he could be a complete, fighter overall. The question is, Jack Hermansson, when you face the Chris Curtis replica in Sean Strickland, things did not necessarily go so well over 5 rounds. Those two guys train together all the time, sparring rounds out the ass with those two guys. You're always seeing them on each other's Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, well, listen, anything.
Rounds with each other out the ass. What did you say?
Yeah, bro. I mean, hey, listen, we're talking about Sean Strickland. Anything is possible here. But
where's our boy PC Strickland at?
He'll be coming through. Don't you worry.
I know.
He'll be here. But yeah, so overall, the question is, Jack is going to have a solid size advantage here, like most of Chris Curtis's opponents have had. But that Greco-Roman style, is he going to be able to get those body locks and the trips and the takedowns, or is he just going to kind of get some cage control? Either way, is he going to get enough of it to keep Chris Curtis from kind of winning his volume game? At the same time, Jack Hermansson's kind of got some crazy volume, but what I thought was most interesting here is that they're kind of projecting this fight to end inside the distance. The fight goes the distance on FanDuel. We looked ahead of time. I actually checked both books. Guru helped me out, so I was prepared. Plus 110, fight goes the distance on FanDuel for Chris Curtis and Jack Hermansson. You don't even have to pick a side. This one's going to be a battle. I don't think anyone's finishing Chris Curtis unless you get to the top of the division. And Jack Hermansson, I mean, we've seen it. It takes the big hitters like Cannonier and stuff like that to really put him out. Chris Curtis isn't that guy. He's just someone that if you're not UFC level and you can't keep up your cardio, he's going to put you out. And yeah, Brendan Allen falls on that list. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, you say he's not on the level of Jared Cannonier. I would almost believe that the Action Man does fit that bill quite well. Ooh. You talk about the Strickland performance against Jack Hermansson. It's a jab fest. He's a jab merchant. He keeps it in your face, and it was a split decision 5-round victory. Curtis does not operate on that same game plan. They're training partners, yes, but Chris Curtis packs a punch. He's proven that several times. And not to hop too deep into my own thoughts, but here's the devil's advocate that I've got, right? Chris Curtis has not been taken down. He's faced a number of takedowns against Rodolfo Vieira, like 26 or something, wasn't taken down. So that's exceptional. But Rodolfo's a jiu-jitsu player. He's not really a wrestler. Hermansson is a decorated, accoladed wrestler. But at the same time, I just think that the bodywork of Chris Curtis is going to present itself. Hermansson, I feel the cardio might not be the best, and he's kind of been on the sidelines for a little bit. I mean, February of 2022 loses the decision. Now he's coming back 5 months removed. Right. Curtis being active. I love the activity. He's Mr. 2022. And I just think that this is a time where Chris Curtis is putting it all together. He's finding the tools and he's using them in the correct way. Jack Hermansson, more of a gatekeeper, 2 wins in his last 5. I just don't think that he presents as much of a problem to Chris Curtis as he should, given his position in that weight class.
I feel that. And listen, Jack Hermansson minus 115, Chris Curtis minus 105. Curtis back to dog territory. I'm smelling it. Guru, what are you thinking, man?
Holy macaroni with you guys talking. Like, who needs to hear from the Guru? You guys are sharp as shit. My goodness. Listen, this fight is fucking exciting. I know for a fact I wanted Chris Curtis at dog odds when it opened, when I saw it get posted. That line quickly dissipated. And now, if I'm being honest, and sometimes I'll buy into the narrative a little bit, when I put my ear to the ground and I listen. I hear a lot of people on Curtis, but I don't see that. Like, I see that line going the other way, right? Because that line was much deeper. Chris Curtis was minus 130, and you could have Jack Hermansson at plus money, and that line has now come back down to Chris Curtis, at least on DraftKings, as a near underdog at minus 105, Hermansson minus 115. I honestly, I really do. I like Bane's breakdown. I like the way that Chris Curtis will work the body. I like the fact that he's been more active. He did show good takedown defense. I kind of want to defer to somebody like TB when I ask, like, maybe I'm kind of a layman or a casual for even asking this, but you saw Rodolfo Vieira's type of takedowns that were completely and continually unsuccessful, right? When we talk about Jack Hermansson's Greco-Roman style of takedowns, was Rodolfo Vieira using a similar type, or wasn't he just kind of like bull rushing forward with more force than he was with
So
like
yeah,
technique?
he kind of shoots for those blast doubles continually, and it puts you on the fence almost in those types of positions. But he's bent over looking for, something around the legs more often. Where
What
that's
kind of
why
thing
I
is he
see
looking
with
for
like,
around the legs?
see, this is where the guru starts getting me in trouble. This is where it gets spicy and
You get
exciting.
yourself in trouble.
Yeah, no, but that's kind of where I think, if anything, the only places where I see Jack having, shall I get in more trouble, elongated success, would be in the clinch situations up along the cage. I don't see him having success, from distance, where I think the person more likely to get chin checked, as we've seen on many occasions, even by the likes of Marvin Vittori, the guy would be Jack Hermanson to
That's fair.
potentially get popped.
I guess just my question is that we watch somebody like Rodolfo Vieira, who's not known for their wrestling, get stuffed on 23 takedowns, and we all go, okay, well, he's a great takedown defense guy. Well, like my question. So like, and we watched, and specifically we've watched Jack Hermanson's very limited takedown offense. So I'm not saying he's some fantastic. Yeah. He's a very specific type of grappler. Like when he's been successful with his grappling, his takedowns, he's literally won fights. It's becoming it is the determining factor for him.
One fights with a very specific technique. He's got that patented guillotine choke, and he wraps up the arms in there, and it is really game over when he gets to that position. The question is, can he get it to that position? I'm not sure. And with the run that Chris Curtis is on, I just wouldn't want to bet against him. And you're giving me minus 105. I mean, that's practically doubling my money on the Action Man. He'll be on a 9-fight win streak with a victory. He'll be in the top 10. And it just feels like Jack Hermanson has not answered the call the last couple of years, and Chris Curtis has. That's what it really boils down to.
Yeah, I mean, you could stem it back all the way from when he lost to Jared Cannonier in his hometown main eventing. You're right. He's kind of failed to rise to the occasion each time, and I think the Curtis parlay may be live for real.
Dude, Curtis decision, Chris Curtis decision, and Curtis Blaydes decision. You put $1.50.
See, this is what I'm saying, Bane. This is why you get upset. You don't cash in tickets. Like you got the Curtis parlay. Isn't that sexy enough? No, we need the Curtis decision.
We need the Curtis decision parlay. We need props involved. $1.50 gets you $33. That's all I'm saying.
All right, hey, Papa Chuck in the chat. Shout out Papa Chuck. He brought it up as well. The CC via decision. Want to get super fancy? Both Curtises via decision.
Wow.
Bane is on the train as well. Shout out Papa Chuck. Thanks for joining us, man.
That's a sweet Abby,
we appreciate that, dude. Yeah, that is a sweet Abby. And hey, guys, if you're new here, I mean, Papa Chuck, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys throw a little like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's how we keep on growing, and we really appreciate everyone coming down and check out the show. And while you're at it, make sure you follow at Ben the Bane Davis on Twitter too.
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw, this completely disrupts our breakdown of UFC London. I didn't see this announcement, but Neil Dariush will fight Mateusz Gamrot. Did you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. I see. Like, it's so cool. Like, if I had sent out a tweet like 20 minutes ago. I was like, it was an hour ago. I was like, Gamrot versus Dariush. That was the tweet, and I don't think it got any interactions. But like, if you I got 45 impressions and nothing else. But see, if you said the same tweet, like viral, baby, you're off.
That's it.
No, we love that.
You want to talk about viral?
That's a sick fight, though. That's a sick fight.
Well, you want to talk about viral?
No, I want to talk about that. Who do you like for that fight right now? Quick offhand.
I like Dariush. I think Dariush's grappling definitely negates Mateusz's, and you've got the power that Beneil brings. I think that people have really overlooked Beneil Dariush given his last two performances. Granted, they were quite boring, but we're forgetting the spinning back fist KO over Scott Holtzman. We're forgetting the KO over Jakar Close. I like Dariush. I just think he's pissed me off the last couple of years. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, the injury definitely has me nervous, and lack of activity. Oh, Eric Betts fights. What's going on?
There he is.
What's going on, man? Yeah, we got the yes, the team ups, baby. We got Bane in the house. Watch out. So we talk about viral. Are you looking at teabag or twerk? That's the question.
Okay, so are we moving to Patty the Batty?
Oh yeah,
funny,
baby.
You know what's funny is Teabag is like so specifically British too, because like literally the tea. They like tea over there. They do like that.
Now, it's an interesting fight because you look at the momentum that Patty has and you think about the UFC's matchmaking. They definitely don't want to give him a fight that he's going to lose. I mean, why the fuck would they do that? He's the biggest cash cow right now. Which leads me to think that Jordan Levitt's being overlooked. I think he's being underestimated. This guy's never been finished. He's got 7 finishes and 10 wins. The big complaint that I hear is that he doesn't have power. But I've got some insider information that confirms that he's working on that. He's really upping the boxing. So I don't want to say Jordan Levitt inside the distance, but I think that Paddy Pimblett has a lot of flaws. We've already talked about them. We already know about them. The defensive weaknesses he presents. He's been submitted before. And I don't know. The other thing, the X factor, is the media day, which I think was today or yesterday. He seems really emotional. Patty the Batty seems very fucking emotional, and I do not like it. I don't like it, especially when Jordan Levitt hasn't really done anything. I think he's chirped a little bit, but like, come on, Patty. Let's reel it in. Let's not say you're going to walk in there and take his head off. Nobody's been able to do that. I don't know, Rodrigo Vargas, Luigi Vendramini, those aren't households named. Those guys aren't going to be fighting for a belt. And I'm not saying Jordan Levitt's faced the best competition either. Let's not get that twisted. But his only loss is to Claudio. How do you pronounce it? Pues?
Oh, Guru's got you. Hold on. Wait.
Pues, there he is. Yeah.
Pues.
Players who submitted Clay Guida and Matt Grutzbacher. Like this is not a guy that fucking Jordan loses to him and then everybody loses. He loses forward. Like it's a really quality opponent. So I don't know. I think that if you're gonna fade Patty the Batty, this might be the time. Rodrigo Vargas, Luigi Vendramini. I didn't fade him. Now I'm thinking this is a bit too much. And I'm going with Twerk, baby. We're going Twerk City. Come on.
Yes. Team Twerk. All right. I'm on Team Twerk too. That's it. The cat's out of the bag. Listen.
What is that? What am I hearing?
Team Twerk.
Somebody call Clint. We need the tinfoil for you too.
Listen, bro. Jordan Levitt plus 205. Patty the Batty. It's because he's fighting an 0-2, bro. I really don't think he's going to be able to overpower him in these exchanges. But overall, my play for the fight, because I'm not 100% sure we get 3 dogs there at the top of the card. I do like Jordan Levitt. But as far as money goes here, fight starts round 3 is an even plus 100. I don't think either of these guys are finishing each other early. I don't think that's happening. Does it go the distance? Not sure. That's like plus 150 if you're feeling a little extra spicy. Plus 165. Should I say? But fight starts round 3, plus 100. My pick, though, I'm leading Jordan Levitt. I am. I think I want to see the final face-off. I want to see the weigh-ins here. But I think Patty's saying, like, I expect a round 2 knockout or a knockout in the first 2 minutes. Levitt basically is saying, like, I've seen him give up when he gets it, someone else starts grappling with him first. That's fucking true. Go watch some Cage Warrior shit. Every time he was about to get the call to the UFC, look at what happens to Patty in the grappling exchanges. I don't know, man. So, Twerk City. Guru, go ahead. Take it away for the tea bags.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to insert a little bit of listen, I get it. Patty the Batty, got controlled for the first 3 minutes. Got controlled for the first 3 minutes of that Kazula Vargas fight, and Kazula Vargas was absolutely a tailor-made win for him. Kazula was controlling him for about 3 minutes, and then Patty hits him with a fantastic trip, gets over into mount, gets that sub, and starts celebrating with Malacan. Problem here for Jordan Levitt is a few things. Patty the Batty, maybe is Jordan Levitt, like, could he be the better, scrappier, maybe even more dangerous fighter? Sure. But these kinds of moments in the O2 arena for this, like, I mean, basically co-main event. It's gonna, like, remember when Patty didn't fight for the co-main event in the last UFC London and it was basically the co-main event? That's what's happening again here. That crowd's fucking crazy. If we know anything about Jordan Levitt, he's a relatively socially awkward guy. I'm very interested to see how, and again, he seems really cool. I would love to have a beer with him, talk with, like, he just seems like a cool dude. But like, you just, like, he definitely seems like, I'm socially awkward too. Like, that's a lot of pressure. So, I'm interested to see how he deals with all of that. From a more technical standpoint, you've watched Jordan Levitt face Trey Ogden on short notice, and he gets 5 minutes of control time against Trey, but gives up 2 of his own. Can't get the finish, right? So Trey Ogden, somebody, who's not a stranger to losing, not a stranger to even necessarily being finished, like, he's not getting the subs there. So I don't know if you're going to be able to sit there and control Patty 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We've already seen Jordan Levitt is not that kind of wrestler. Control, top pressure. Like, I mean, it's not necessarily in his game. I like, of course it's in his game, but like, I look at his stats right there. His opponent, his control percentage is 27%, which is good, but his opponent control percentage is higher. Patty the same way, but he's on a very small sample size, obviously. I just think that Patty is honestly the stronger fighter. Fight going the distance is certainly an interesting one. It's a way to fade the narrative, and it's something that I definitely enjoy. I kind of like the Patty round 3 decision prop. That's where I think I go.
Paddy the baddie.
Patty in general, because Patty at minus 290, I think is even still. I was expecting to see him still higher here. But
Guru's just a mushroom. You're just a mushroom.
Sure. I just like I said, I'm not sure.
Or a lizard.
I'm not dude. And then okay, so let me nitpick a little further if I can. The Matt Sales fight. We all laughed and scratched our head because we knew that Matt Sales had a chance with the striking, and for whatever reason he kept going into Jordan Levitt's game plan of the grappling, and there's no reason to do that. So his loss to Claudio Puelles, we don't have a problem with that. Claudio's is a good prospect, but slamming Matt Weinman, like, we haven't learned too much. So he's not getting that kind of win over Patty here. He's gonna have to outgrind and outmuscle Patty, and I'm just not sure that he's the wrestler or he's the guy to do that.
Fair enough. I think
he's taller than Patty by 1 inch.
Ooh. In which direction are we
Right. Oh my God. Why would you want to know?
Jeez. All right. Yeah. So on that note, we got Nikita Krylov versus.
They don't call him the Monkey King for nothing.
Oh my
word! Talk like a fucking dragon, bro. Fuck.
Oh my God. Yo, shout out Mac in the chat. Shout out Eric. Thanks for hopping in. Papa. Oh yeah. Ready to grind. Oh yeah, we'll see, baby.
Shout out Ben the Bane for being here, man. Seriously, thanks so much.
Hell yeah. Yo, we got plenty of people in the chat. Make sure you throw a like. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys.
We need 200 subscribers, guys. We're 200 subscribers, which is super, super important to us. So
200,000 likes on this stream, and we'll do a we'll all fly out to Kansas City. I just sent you a 6-pick parlay, $3 to win $2,000. At some point, we'll address it. But Nikita Krylov versus Alexander Gustafsson. Here's the thing, and this is one of the legs.
God, I hate it.
I just. Look, I do not like Alexander Gustafsson. 2022 Gustafsson 3-fight losing streak. He's been finished in all 3 of those. Nikita Krylov has a great blend of TKOs and submissions. Minus 200, I believe, is what he's at currently. I would say minus 1 trillion. Alexander Gustafsson he's just so unpredictable, and I don't think he's anywhere near he was when he faced Daniel Cormier. When he fought Glover Teixeira, it just doesn't seem like it's the same guy. And Krylov has some of the worst fight IQ I think we've ever seen. He jumped into the guard of Paul Craig. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Nikita? But against a guy like Alexander Gustafsson, I don't think bad fight IQ is enough to lose. I think it's going to be a situation of Krylov gets in some advantageous positions and finds the finish within the 15 minutes. Alexander Gustafsson falls to a 4-fight skid, 4-fight finish streak, and that's just how I see it. I don't rate Gustafsson high. I think that his popularity with the fan bases is what's projected him onto this main card and build at such height. But let's be realistic. The Mauler has not mauled anybody in quite some time. I need a beer. I'll let you guys put your own thoughts on it.
Definitely grab a beer,
Beautiful.
bro. That's a great
Hell yeah.
choice.
So
That's a smart guy right there.
yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I was looking for a reason to play the dog here, and for the first time on this card, I'm pretty soundly on the favorite.
Yeah, no, I agree. Similarly, I was like looking, itching already. He's got a new gym. He's coming back. He's revitalized. He's hungry. He's what? Why did he take this fight? I don't understand. Like, I don't. Is there a manager involved? Is there coaches? Like, who's picking his fights for him? Like, and on one hand, I do like, right, Krylov obviously got tired after 4 minutes of grappling with Paul Craig and put himself in a tough spot and then got submitted. At the same time, Gustafsson is not that level of submission guy. You've seen him put himself into tough situations against Anthony Smith and against Fabricio Verdum, and it makes me really nervous. And to retire, to go up to heavyweight, kind of retire again. Like, I don't really know what his game plan is. I get nervous that somebody like him, like, I hate to hear that or would hate to even think that, but like that he needs the money. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. Listen, 35, he obviously retired a little young at the time. I'm just not sure. We watched somebody like Misha Tate retire similarly, 30 years old. And then maybe she got more left in the tank. You fucking don't. You really don't. It's not there. You're not the same. And even if you were, like, the game has passed you by now. The prototype of what you were has been so well melded into a more well-rounded fighter. All that being said, there's no way on this fight that I'm feeling the dog. So I like Krylov here. I am concerned about his fight IQ. I am a little concerned about his gas tank, which is why he's not like a major parlay piece or something like that, but he should get it done.
Mr. D, shout out, bro. This is Gus fighting out his contract. Yeah, most likely, man. And
well, you think he wants to do something else in combat sports?
I mean, it's just the UFC kind of running out his contract, so they don't have any obligations in the future. If he wants to fight, I mean, they're obligated to give it to him. So in my view here, we saw Verdum get the sub. We saw Anthony Smith get the sub as the fight goes on. The last couple of losses there. Nikita Krylov, you look at his stats, 37% control rate. He's shot, he's been successful on 10 out of 28 total takedowns. It's good for like 36%, nearly 1.5 per 15, shooting 4 takedowns per 15. We talked about the control rate. Okay, he's got 9 submission attempts in the UFC. You see kind of where I'm getting at? So when you see that you got like a minus 200 something favorite, but you can get submission as plus 330, as the least possible out of all the props, it's like there might be a little something there if he goes the grinding route, makes Gus not want to be in there and quit, because I think Krylov, he uses that wrestling base a lot more than you actually think. He actually had a split decision with Glover, and that's rolling around on the ground. That tells you something about his chops, but he's a little bit too willing at times, and Krylov himself will get submitted, but I don't see Gustafsson being the one to do that to him.
To add some more spice on that, right? You talk about the 15 career submissions and how he does have those 9 submission attempts. Look at the KOs, 11 career KOs, 92% finish rate overall. I would say inside the distance, plus 130. Nice. I think is great value on it. You're getting a guy in Gustafsson who's been finished his last 3. Krylov is a finisher. And I always hate being in that situation where you're like, okay, I want the bigger line on a submission, and then this is the fight he decides to pound him
Right,
out with elbows,
right.
right? I would say cover both bases. You're getting at dog odds against the guy who's been finished in his previous 3. That's the fucking play. And now he's going to win by decision.
That's it, right?
Yeah. Now he's going to go the full 15.
He's going to pull out his Johnny Walker playbook.
Yeah, listen, that is the stuff that gets kind of interesting if you start considering fading the narrative. You wonder, you see guys at weigh-ins, and Kroylov, to me, while he kind of was a finisher, like he hasn't been that guy per se in the UFC, right? His last 3 of his last 4 fights have went the distance, not the one with Paul Craig.
First appearance.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, my heart just skipped a beat. The people were asking for it, by the way, just so you know. I don't know if you saw Guru, but the people in the chat, they were looking for it already.
I actually didn't see that in the chat. That's funny.
Yeah, Jew was asking.
So I'm not necessarily sure, right? And if we extrapolate that fight out per se, was he really gonna finish Paul? Like, were we sure he was gonna pound him out? It was probably pretty. I don't know.
Right. Well, and that gets back to the fight IQ. Like, I really could see so many different. I'm like Doctor Strange, right? You see so many different outcomes of fucking Krylov deciding, I'm going to leave my chin just on a silver platter, and Gustafsson's uppercut lands, and Krylov dies. Like, I can also see that. And that's the problem, right? When we try to bet on guys with bad fight IQ, is typically when you lay some money on them, whether it be just money line or a prop, that's when they decide to start being fucking stupid. So I'm hoping Krylov, I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but I could see a world in which he somehow loses.
Is it
for sure?
Oh my God. I almost feel. Oh my God! I kind of wanted to pull out the. I kind of wanted to pull. Shut up. I wanted to pull out. What if we pull out the KO part, and we just go Krylov submission or decision? Is that too crazy?
That's interesting. It's interesting
because we get plus 125, and you know how I feel about that plus money. Like, is Gustafsson really getting knocked out by Krylov?
I could see a ground and pound, right? I could see a situation he gets the back, flattens him out, and just decides to hammer away. But then and that's the problem with it being like 11 career finishes by KO, strike stoppage, and then like 9 or something subs. Because it's such a
he only has 1 KO in the UFC or 2 KOs in the UFC, I believe. Or maybe,
how many subs does he have in the UFC?
I guess maybe 3 actually. Oh no, it's actually way more than that.
In the UFC, he's got 3 knockouts and 4 submissions.
Because he has a second stint. Yeah.
Right. It's such a blend. Right. It's such a 50-50 that you just don't know what he would choose in that position.
Very good point.
His only decision win was when he decided, I'm not standing on the feet with Johnny Walker.
Right.
Which, when you look at Johnny Walker's chin and durability, it's like you probably could have rocked his socks off a little bit, Nikita.
Probably. Yeah. But you know what? To the other point that we were talking about, like that fight IQ stuff like that, it's like, maybe we could trust him to use that wrestling here. And you know what? Let's not bank on the specific thing, but whether parlay piece or you want to go that inside the distance prop, which sounded a little spicy, like, I think either way, we're all leaning Krylov. I like that we're on the same page, because some of these favorites they're feeling like landmines, a few of them. But on to our next fight here. We got Molly McCann versus Hannah Goldie. I'll keep it short and sweet for you. I mean, Molly McCann is just kind of better everywhere this fight goes. Yeah. Hannah Goldie has been bouncing between 115 and 125. At least Molly McCann, she's been solidly at 125. And I just think she's faced a better competition. She's the better fighter overall. She's got the better volume. She's got the better wrestling. And she's fighting in her home, and she did it just a few months ago and did it successfully. I'm not saying knockout. I'm not saying whatever. Just Molly McCann, throw in her parlay, have a good time. There's plenty of value.
What's Molly McCann and Nikita Krylov? What's that parlay?
Let's take a look.
Because to me, honestly, like on a money line level, I feel very similar in terms of confidence level.
Molly McCann, Nikita Krylov is minus 114.
It doesn't quite hit that Guru plus.
Wait, what book is that?
This is
DraftKings.
DraftKings. And you tack on Patty Pimblett, it's plus 165.
Patty the body. Let me double
Ooh.
check. Molly's minus 460. Jesus.
Yeah, minus
I'm gonna
390
make a
on
parlay
DraftKings.
of just European fighters.
Yeah, minus
See what it comes out
128
to.
on FanDuel. I might prefer it on DraftKings there.
So, I mean, like, are you guys arguing? Obviously, we're not arguing with the breakdown.
listen,
we're looking at Molly McCann parlays, all of us. So
I will not dare slander my wife, Hannah Goldie, so I will just simply be on.
What up, Couch Warrior? Yo, make sure you check out the show, Couch Warrior Podcast. I think, is that where we're hopping on?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we'll be hopping on there at some point in the near future here. We had to reschedule.
Weeks.
It's a 12-pick parlay, but if you pick every European, it's plus 17,000. But that does include Jai Herbert, which means you're going to lose. So,
okay.
We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
Well, all right. So, I mean, I think we could safely say we can move on from the Molly McCann and the Goldie breakdown. Listen,
she's better everywhere. Like you said, there is no facet of MMA that Hannah Goldie does better than McCann. I think if it goes through the scorecards, easily McCann decision. It's just nothing. And I will say this, to Molly McCann's credit, she's one of those fighters that truly taps into that fan atmosphere. And I think the crowd's going to be rallying her on. And I could see a stoppage, but Goldie seems durable. So if you want to get a little bit zesty, I'd say McCann decision. But yeah, this is just Molly McCann all day.
Yeah, and you know, when you look at the Molly McCann, known for a little bit even for her boxing, right? Hannah Goldie struggled with the boxing of Danielle Babita, so it's
Danielle, you mean Diana? You
excuse me.
You absolute fucking dummy! What the fuck was that?
To fuck up your wife. It is Diane. That's funny.
Are you trying to see? Now we have something to clip up. We can show Diana how her honor.
Come in my home. You get my wife's name right.
Unbelievable, Guru. Yeah. Unbelievable. You're not invited back to the next dinner party.
See, like I gotta play aloof, like I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? That's like an attractive way to play. Like, oh, what's your name again? I totally forgot. Meanwhile, her poster is right over there.
Eric's got a question. Is having beautiful muscles considered a facet of MMA?
Right.
Leaning towards no, but willing to defer to the Bane.
Sure, yeah. If it were, then Dalcha Lungiambula would probably be undefeated. He'd probably be undefeated, but sadly, dude, because that guy looks like a Greek god. Dalcha is carved from just the most beautiful obsidian stone that you could possibly fucking have, and he just is so physically imposing, but he's terrible.
Yeah. And so Hannah Goldie, you can kind of make that same exact argument, and you know that it's like the yin and the yang. But here we go. This is the moment all the people have been waiting for. We made it. Guru, take us away. What fight do we got?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
We've got, Vulcan, No Time Ozdemir taking on a guy you may have heard of. Paul Craig. We got Paul Bear Drew Craig in the building. I really hope we get Paul on the show. That'd be incredible. It'd be a lifetime. Paul Craig taking on Vulcan Ozdemir, putting his 5-fight winning streak on the line. We're not counting that draw in there. He's got a 5-fight winning streak, and he's taking on Vulcan No Time Ozdemir.
Oh, Lord.
And listen, Vulcan, he's got power, right? Maybe, right? He knocked out Ilir Latifi in 2019, right? And he had that really cool time back in 2017 when he knocked out Misha Serkinov and Jimmy Manawa in under a minute combined together, both of those fights. So those things were super viral, super impressive. For a fan like me who's, really kind of was watching way on the low back then, but watching back then, that it does stick in my craw. Like I do remember those times I was like, oh my God, this guy's like the next thing. He was so crazy. And man, he just didn't do so well after that. They fast tracked him to the title after that. He got ground and pounded by Daniel Cormier. Then he takes a tough fight against Anthony Smith, gets submitted. Then he takes a split decision loss to Dominic Reyes. Gets an interesting knockout versus Latifi, a split decision win versus Rakic, which he did not win, in my opinion. And then comes the Jiri knockout, and then comes the Magomed Ankalaev, just smothering, piecing didn't really do much there to impress me. So now you see somebody like Paul Craig, who is known for his submissions, and this guy has been submitted. Hey, he's been submitted. He's been submitted twice. So why not make it a third time for my guy Paul Craig and another submission? I think he could get it done. Because I'm not sure that Volkan Ozdemir has the fight IQ necessarily to keep it standing, to not fall down if he rocks him, to not follow him down. Like, I'm not sure. Because obviously he didn't have the fight IQ to shave his head, and he didn't let go of the hairline. I believe he has now, and he looks a lot better for it. So good job, buddy. But like,
Scotland!
Yes. This is, I mean, listen, if you're watching a Paul Bear Drew Craig fight and you're not blindly betting
the blindly betting sub is the best thing.
Plus 250. It's still plus 250. That's it. We're taking a trip back down memory lane. Last time we had this show, we took a deep dive into grandma's couch cushions, grandpa's armchair. We found all the different various spots, and we're going to go back to the well. Because it's time to throw back down on Paul Craig's submission. Follow our Bet MMA, subscribe to our show, give us a like on the video, because it's Paul Craig time. It's Paul Craig by submission, and it's still plus 250. How the fuck are they letting that price happen still? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That is too crazy.
Breaking news, I've just put $14 on Paul Craig by submission.
Let's go.
If you know my bankroll and my typical unit size,
that's huge.
That's massive. That's like 21 units right there.
That is major.
Well, we got half a unit. We got half a unit out on the Bet MMA, on the Sphere. Bane's following up with his 21 unit play. We're ready to get it popping.
We're operating in different financial spots with betting.
Literally, after Paul Craig wins, you're gonna see the Banes completely shift his things. I'm selling picks now, guys. $20 a card.
Dude, I just learned what a fucking tout meant like 3 weeks ago. I had no idea. And now
you thought it was some sort of like flute or something?
I thought it was a fish.
You thought it was
I had a smallmouth tout that I just picked up off of the northern Wyoming.
That reminds me of that Anchorman quote. The network complained about a lack of diversity. It was that old wooden ship used in Civil War era.
My word. Well, I think it's clear we're on the Paul Craig train. Plus 135. Not enough value. Give us the submission. But that'll bring us right along to our next fight. We got Mason Jones versus Ludovic Klein.
Mason Jones and me tell each other. And we stare at the beautiful women.
The Guru Crows. Check him out in concert on tour.
Yeah, pull up to Asbury August 6th. I'll be there.
So we got Mason Jones, talk about a warrior. I mean, this guy, when he shows up to fight, it is a fucking banger. So Ludovic Klein, he's looking to stand and bang. He's got the hands. He throws some head kicks, combinations. But at the end of the day, he's one of those guys that kind of relies on like a weak top game reliant wrestling game plan.
We don't like any weak top game around here.
No. And like, it seems like it's kind of a fallback plan and one that's not so great. So for me, I mean, Mason Jones just seems like the clear play. It's minus 345. Klein is plus 285. But overall, I just think, Jones is very hittable. He has absorbed 5.59 strikes per minute. His opponent's pace has been crazy. He's also fought the likes of David Onama and Mike Davis. So I can kind of give him a pass for some of those numbers. And I think we've seen that the dude's got a chin. So, yeah, Papa Chuck, we want
Papa Chuck. Hey, Papa Chuck, shut the fuck up. Shut up, Papa Chuck. It's not what's going to happen. You want to bet on that? How about you take your money and you go burn it outside, Papa Chuck? Fucking dummy. And now you've angered my dog.
That's like when the TV show does like the pan over to him getting head kick KO'd in like 25
exactly.
Yeah. If that happens, you guys
got to bank on it now. We love you, Papa Chuck. We love you.
No, we do. We appreciate you, Papa Chuck. We're sorry if this ruined your day.
I hope your day's ruined, Papa Chuck. I hope your day never recovers. I hope the rest of your life is on just the downhill.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing here from Klein. Is like, you know, he went up to he goes up weight, and it's like it's to help out his cardio and everything. And like Mason Jones has better cardio, better wrestling. You should be physically stronger and have the better output. Give me Mason Jones.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
what,
don't think
man.
I said anything about this fight.
$20.
Papa Chuck, $20 37 unit play. Let's go.
That's more. Hey, that's more units than you, Bane. Are you gonna take that in your own house?
I'm gonna go Mason Jones KO. How about that? No. I'll tell you what.
Mason Jones
Joe Anderson Brito versus Andre Feely when Brito KO'd him. I did not expect. Right, dude. I didn't expect that at all. So
yeah, we had way too much on Feely.
We could see the chin of Jones get a bit more tested, but you look at. We talked about this with the main event. This just feels like a step back for Mason Jones and Ludovic Klein. No disrespect intended necessarily, but I don't think that he brings the problems that other fighters have. And if those fighters can't finish Jones, I don't see Ludovic doing it.
No, I agree completely. And you know, I'll give him a little bit of my breakdown into this fight. Klein, you know, when you look at his last fight, his first fight up at lightweight here at 155, you watch him fight Devontae Smith, and he has to rely on that clinch. He has to rely on pushing him against the cage, and he's just kind of stalling him there to the point that the ref actually separates them and stands them up back in the middle. If you think you're just going to be able to lay on top of Mason Jones, if we've seen anything from his fights is that he's all action. He's scrapping for your money. And again, in a card where I think that there's a ton of dogs that really could be live, I don't feel that Ludovic Klein is the one to be live.
Ludovic Klein's going to hear what you said and kill himself. So I just want you to know that when he commits suicide, it's your fault, Guru.
Just saying, man.
He wouldn't be the first one to do it off of some nonsense. And he won't be the last either.
Guru's on a four kill streak right now. He's in his UAV.
Oh my God. Oh man, we are popping off. It's getting spicy.
Speaking of which, if you know any fighters that want to come on the show.
Right, yeah, dude. Let's get Ludovic Klein next week.
Listen, things get popping. Sometimes it happens. What you gonna do?
we need a little bit more liquor in here, boys. Hit the liquor.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm getting fucked up right now.
That's good. You're about to be like Ludovic Klein in his fights. Let's go.
Ludovic Klein on the decline. Mushroom getting it. Ooh,
is he related to Calvin Klein at all? Do you guys know?
It's a great question. They're both European, right?
Right, I think so.
Oh my God! All right, so I think it's clear we're ready for our Mark Giacchese versus Demir.
That's the worst pronunciation I've ever heard of fucking Mark Giacchese.
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, so what was happening was I was typing it out, and you got to remember that second
See the way my bank account is set up.
You know, so I'm trying to remind myself I got to hit that Giacchese, but no, you're right. Mark Giacchese.
Is it
like it's almost like a J,
like Djibouti?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
commit
like
to
jabroni, like what you are.
Fucking the Rock, baby.
That's me. So yeah, here we are. We got the Bone Crusher versus. I thought we were gonna stand and bang, bro. Versus Renato Moicano. That was one of the most interesting posts.
No, you got it. No, don't you dare. You say his nickname.
The Bosnian Bomber.
You say the Bosnian Bomber, because not only is that like so incredibly not PC and uncomfortable to say, but that is a wonderful matchup of nicknames.
Are Bosnians known for like?
I mean, it's near Russia, right?
Bone Saw. Bone Crusher.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Heavy
You're
on
not going nowhere.
We're heavy on the drugs.
Did your husband make it for you?
That movie's so good. Wait, no, but seriously, like, am I terrible at geography? Or is it Bosnia like
I thought Bosnia was in South America, which means that we're
I feel fairly confident Bosnia is not in South America. I'm pretty sure it's in
It's
in
Somebody
Eastern
pull up a
Europe.
map.
Pretty sure it's in Eastern Europe.
Somebody pull up a map.
Yeah,
It's Bosnia and Herzegovina next to Croatia.
I'm sorry, where?
It's Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I'm pretty sure I caught that once.
Yeah.
It's next to Croatia, which
Exactly.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
Western Europe. I was wrong.
Yeah.
South. No, it's
So
the
Southeastern Europe.
Balkans.
You
South,
fucking idiot.
Southern Europe. Wait, what? Where is it? I need a
Like,
map. Can somebody
It's
pull
the
up a map?
Balkan Peninsula. It's
Timmy, can you pull
countryside.
up a map on here?
It's
Can we
home
do
to
that?
I'm not
medieval
doing it.
villages,
We can't have
rivers and
history
lakes,
class.
plus the craggy Danatic Alps. I don't
That's
know.
it,
No
man.
fucking
I
idea.
don't know. I
So
need to figure out. I'm googling it. I'm so stupid.
yeah, Guru needs to see a map. He's
Have
got to
you
help
guys-
himself out here.
I was
Have
a
you guys-
geographer. I was a history teacher.
Have you guys heard of the bot flies from Bosnia that like burrow in your skin? No.
Oh, that
It's disgusting.
sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't
god.
Google it. Don't look it
No,
up. It's very
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, hashtag not
Wait,
doing
Bosnia
it.
and Herzegovina. Wait, so is that's the country. It's not just Bosnia. It's Bosnia and
And
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina.
That's what I was trying.
No, I know
to
that's
tell
what you said, but I thought you meant like that's what it's near, not like no, the name of the country. It's like Winnipeg and Tobago. It's like Turks and Caicos. It's like
Welcome.
Bosnia
It's got
and
two names?
Herzegovina. It has
Yeah.
two
Oh
names.
my god, I've been
See, that's
staring
what I'm-
at
thank
it for
you,
like
Bane.
5 minutes. And
Dude,
I've
you
not
just
even
agreed with him a
recognized it.
second ago, and now you're back with me. So thank you. Make
Well,
me
he
feel
was
a little
hanging
better.
with Delilah, you know.
Well,
Hey
okay,
there,
so Bosnia.
Delilah.
Well,
What's
Gurus,
it like
I'm gonna
in
disagree with
Bosnia?
you.
and Herzegovina?
Bosnia is the northern region of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So it's like Ireland. It's
In
like
the
South
Balkans.
Ireland and North Ireland. Or Ireland. I just had a stroke. It's like they've
Yeah,
got.
it's in the Balkans. It's in the Balkan
It's in
Balkan
the
region.
Balkans. Their largest
Black
city
Sea.
is Sarajevo and Banja Luka.
Oh, the Adriatic Sea. It's the
Now that you
Adriatic
guys have
Sea.
gotten your lesson, it's time for a breakdown. We got the Bone Crusher.
The Baltic Sea's above it.
Guru's still going over here.
I love geography.
All right, I'm gonna mute his
All right,
mic
moving on,
at some point. Yeah. Papa Chuck, thank you. Yeah, don't Google the Bobfly. YouTube
Don't do it.
Oh
Don't
god.
fucking do it.
Yeah, don't do
YouTube
it. Jacasey, I mean, it seems like he's got all the advantages here. He's got the cooler sounding name. He's 6 years younger, 1 inch taller, 3 inches more of reach. And he's got the wrestling advantage distinctly. And we saw, Demir, he's going to be upset if you try to wrestle him, because he wants to fight on the feet. He gets upset with Renato Moicano. And yeah, so ultimately, even if this fight does stay on the feet, I just think that, Demir's a little hands happy, where Jacasey, he's one of those guys he started throwing those calf kicks, and man, that really changed his game plan. Then you go fight Fiziev. Okay, it doesn't quite work the same way when you're trying to fight Rafael Fiziev. But yeah, those leg kicks, they're back in fashion against Demir Hadzovic. And so are the takedowns. You shot 14 against Slava Claus. All right, I feel comfortable that you're going to come out. You understand the assignment and you take care of business. So yeah, Mark Jacasey minus 330. Maybe I wasn't too clear, but my friends, we're building a parlay. So far, my definite legs that I have in it, we had Molly McCann, and we added Mason Jones was going to be another piece. So our third piece out of 4 for our favorite parlay this week is Mark Jacasey.
Are we adding Paul Craig to that?
Well, not
I was
the favorite
thinking-
parlay. Yeah, unfortunately.
I was thinking, if anything, in the favorites parlay, you might even consider throwing Nikita Kroylov in there.
Easily.
Yeah. It just, you know what? I think it's making sense. He just might be added in. We got to keep
Taking
building this
care of
thing.
it.
So now,
No way.
now, Guru, where are you at on this?
Thank you. Oh my God, I thought I was getting skipped. No,
No,
so
no, I gotta refill my water and activities. So
it better be fucking alcohol. What water?
Drink.
All right.
No, do what
let
you
me,
want.
Let me
I
get
don't wanna-
fully prepared here. Let me get fully
No,
prepared. I gotta
no,
work
let's
with
take-
children
TV,
at
TV,
8:30
don't
in
do
the
what you
morning.
want. Drink.
Listen, what you do with children is your own time, is on your own business, man. I don't want to hear any of that
I'm
stuff.
stunned that it's Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Dude,
that
thank
it's a
you.
two-
I'm glad that we can take a little detour really to go
right.
back to.
Well, I thought it was
it's-
just Bosnia. I thought it was its own
and it's on
independent
the-
fucking thing.
Okay, and it's on the Adriatic Sea, which is to the right of Italy, right? It's the Eastern Sea that borders Italy, and that's the Adriatic Sea, whereas the Baltic Sea is way up more north, which is like Sweden and Lithuania and Poland and Estonia and Finland. So like they each have their own little body of water there. And there's the Black Sea, right? Which Ukraine and Turkey and Bulgaria and Romania. Like, anyway, like fucking Europe, man. I gotta travel because like I'm so fucking stupid. It's really bad.
Where
I'd love
the
to
fuck
literally
is
see
Melsik Bagdasarian from?
Right? Melsik Bargus. That's a good.
He
TB would know that.
He sounds like he's from this region.
He definitely. I think he is from this region. You're totally. What did you grab? Vodka? What a weird choice. Did you grab vodka? What is that? I still don't know what it is.
That looks it's a deer. It looks like a fucking deer. He's still
you have
muted,
deer
so I can't
tears?
hear him.
Deer
Oh,
tears?
it's tequila. It's tequila.
Oh yeah, tequila.
That's a play
I've never
right
seen that.
there.
I've never seen that. We were just talking. Where is Melsik? You're muted, buddy. Where is
You're
Melsik?
still muted, TP.
Oh no! All right. That's why you guys are like, what the fuck is going on?
Where is Melsik Bagdasarian from?
Is
it just Russia?
I'm googling it.
I think.
Oh, I was also thinking Mizrad
Yeah.
Bektik. Where's Mizrad Bektik from?
What the fuck were you guys doing while I was gone?
Yes,
How did
okay.
We went on detour to geography.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Where's Melsik from?
Isn't he like the Baltic Warrior or something like that?
Oh, that's probably
No.
true.
Yeah.
No,
Bane
that's
was
stupid.
so happy when he realized it was tequila. Oh,
Me
yeah.
too. I didn't want to drink vodka. Fuck,
No,
it's whiskey
fuck
or tequila.
that. Yeah. No. We got
Okay,
tequila popping.
so-
We're getting it going here.
I never
As soon
brought.
as I
I
do.
wanted to say my one stat that I noticed
Oh yeah, that's
when
right. Go.
when Mark DeCasey has at least, or not at least. Sorry, when Mark DeCasey has more than 2 takedowns landed, he is 100% victorious in the UFC. Fact. He has 2 wins
Cheers, fellas.
in the UFC when he doesn't have 2 takedowns, but those are pre-2017. Cheers, boys. Those wins are pre 2018.
Ooh,
I'm telling you right now, if you expect DeCasey to have at least 2 takedown attempts, 2 takedowns landed, which I do, he's gonna win this fight against Demir, because that's what the pattern has shown. So, like you said almost an hour ago now, Mark DeCasey's 11 takedowns versus Slava Claus is a really good sign that he's going to turn to the wrestling here again. So that's what he needs to do as well, because I do not trust his chin. We had him as one of our big plays against Rafael Alves, and we're like, well, we really like DeCasey here. He should dominate him. It should be no problem. The only thing that could possibly happen is, if Alves comes out crazy and, subs him in the first minute or two, because that's his only play. And that's what homie did. So hopefully DeCasey doesn't do that here. He should be able to take
I'm
care
sorry.
of
Hold on a
business
second. Submission attempts 115. Is that right for Demir? 115 submission
No.
attempts?
That's a mistake on TV.
No, yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna go fix that right now.
I was like, what do you mean he's got over 100 submission attempts?
He's amazing. He's
He's just-
attempting one every 3 seconds.
It's not even, bro. Not even like less than a second. He's just like working. Oh, this is a big behind the scenes that we're getting.
Yes,
Look
you do.
at this.
He's very impressive. I don't understand any of this. So really, shout out to TB and his brother that have worked behind the scenes tirelessly to give us something like this. Because, by the way, I probably never would have done a podcast if it wasn't for TB. But if I was doing a podcast somehow without TB, you'd be looking at my ugly fucking face. And it would be UFC stats. You would not have this wonderfully intricate spreadsheet that TB, like I said, works tirelessly week after week on. So shout out to him for doing that.
We can't find Demir.
You're muted, TB. You're muted, TB. You're muted.
Why did he mute himself?
I don't know if he hears me or not, but I thought he was still talking to himself. But
I was torching the rig. That's why.
I'll torch something for you.
Wait, what does he mean he's torching the rig? The fuck is
That
that?
Bane does not smoke.
Mm. That's true. I'm much more of a drinker.
Dude, it's so legal in Arizona. You just got to go out there and.
But I don't like it. I don't enjoy
I
it.
don't like it.
I get it's legal. It's not my preferred. I just don't do it too much.
I don't like it. That's funny. Obviously, you've tried it. What do you mind me asking? What you don't like
Sure.
about it?
So like I'm fine with edibles, dude. Like I do
That's
enjoy
cool.
edibles, but like smoking, I've got weaker lungs, and my voice is something that's very important to me. So I try not to like smoke cigarettes a lot. I try not to smoke weed a ton because I think that it'll affect my vocal cords long term. But I will tell you this: the first time I hit a bong, it was freshman year of college, and I'm at this apartment complex it's not my own. And they're passing it around the circle. We're all sitting in this dude's bedroom, and they're passing around. And I'm Googling. I'm on WikiHow, bro. I'm on fucking WikiHow. How to hit a bong. And it gets to me, and I somehow like barely hit it. I fuck it up a little bit, but I was like, okay, it's passable. And then I hand it to the next guy, and then he drops it on the ground. And I was like, that's great. So it shatters, bro. It was done. The night was over. And I was like, that's great because I had so much anxiety, dude. But yeah, that was the first time I hit a bong.
Wow, you Googled it. You're like
I was looking it up as it was coming around.
A Curb Your Enthusiasm moment or something like.
Sort of, yeah. No, it definitely was like in that vein of like, what is going on? Like, what am I fucking doing?
Yeah. That's already not necessarily the best way to smoke because I could already imagine how fucking dirty that bong was. I'm just already.
Oh, it was not good. Yeah, no. I will say I bought this edible from a girl who lives in a van and makes it in her own van. Right? It's all she has, right?
Her living space.
Her living space. It was we're at a different apartment complex, and it's this chick. She's got dreads, and she was like, "Do you want this crispy?" It was like a crispy
Poontang.
No, shut up. What is that cereal? What is it? The crisp, the
Fruity
Pop?
Pebbles?
No, it was fucking. They've got the guys. Oh my god, how much Pop?
That's funny, Papa Check. I'm glad you're still here.
It's. Oh my god, I'm forgetting it, and it's gonna.
The cereal.
Yeah, it's like a cereal.
Krispies?
Rice Krispies, yes. I'm so stupid.
Cool,
so it was a giant Rice Krispie treat, but it was infused with fucking THC. Yeah, and I didn't realize that, so I bought it and I ate half.
You've already told me two horrible stories as to why everybody that says they don't like weed generally like has that shit story, like where whoever it was that gave them weed gave them too much or just like not the right setting, and it's just like. That's not cool. You don't drug people.
I've got another bad one. See, you can tell why I don't like weed. I've just had so many bad interactions. But dude, I ate half this Rice Krispie treat, and I was on my friend's bed for 2 hours drooling. Like I just was straight up, like out of my mouth. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I was done.
100%. If you haven't experienced it and don't know what you're feeling, it's just yeah, it can be quite intense. It can be the body, the hot, but I've never done it. This is just all things that I've read online.
I've still got Melsic Bagdasarian up on my screen for no reason.
Dude, where is he fighting? Can you tell me that? As we finally move on. I hope you don't have to run anywhere.
I'm good for a little bit. I wanted to watch Invicta FC. But I'll just have to catch a replay of it.
All right.
So let's
shout out your girl Megan Anderson. At least I got.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Megan.
Oh, that's
yeah. I guess how about you say it right? That's the second time.
Are you gonna say any of his wives' names?
Are you from Arizona or Utah, bro? How many wives do you have?
Damn it!
All that angst. Built up eggs.
All of the drugs that I'm doing, the steroids that are in my system, I'm just getting so angry.
Whatever. Get a refund on your steroid guy, bro. He's not helping.
So here we go. We made it. We got Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Rosa. I think the show is back on the rails. We'll see.
No, it's not.
No
it's not. No, it's not.
No, we're back.
No,
we're back on the rails.
No, this is something behind the scenes that TB doesn't know about. I promise you. This show is not back on the rails.
So we got minus 560 Wood, plus 430 Rosa. I don't know how you could possibly at this stage in your life be putting money on Rosa in a UFC sanctioned fight?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes here. We've got a 6-leg parlay.
Oh god!
Sent a while ago by our guy Bane.
No!
We've got Paul Craig. We've got Curtis Blaydes. We've got Chris Curtis. We've got Jordan Leavitt. We've got Kroylov by KO or submission, and of course, rationally, because those 5 weren't enough. Because God forbid you got that far and you're like, I'm not satisfied. He also has, which I guess is going to happen first, he's got Charles Rosa by decision. And it's like, no.
Here's why. Let's unpack this. My 6-pick parlay for everybody listening. $3 to win 2,000. It can't fail. I like Nate Wood, baby. I love the prospect, but he's won in his last 3. He lost to John Dodson. He was finished. Casey Kenny decisioned him. He's going up a weight class to Charles Boston Strong Rosa. Rosa 2 in his last what is it?
A million?
6? Yeah, right. He's been alternating wins and losses since 2014. Recently drops 2 in a row. He's not impressive, but at the same time, I just don't see him getting finished necessarily. Bryce Mitchell couldn't sub him, and he hasn't been TKO'd since Shane Burgos, and that came in round 3. Nathaniel Wood coming up a weight class, not necessarily being a massive KO threat in the UFC. He's been a submission threat, but I don't see, if Bryce Mitchell can't sub him, Mitchell's a natural 145er, right? I don't see Nate Wood getting it done. And I think that Charles is going to be able to maybe outmuscle and last to the you should cash out. Mushroom, I'm not going to cash out what? I'm going to lose this immediately. But Charles Rosa by decision. I just don't trust Nate Wood. He's 1-3 in his last 3. He's 1-2 in his.
He's 1-6 in his last 3.
Exactly right.
He can't win a fight. He hasn't even fought and he lost.
He's 0-7 in his last couple.
The dumpster diver.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Put that up. It's just you want me to put money on a guy who's won 1 fight in his last 3. There it is, going up a weight class against a BJJ black belt and Charles
practitioner.
Yeah, right. I guess practitioner is a better term. He's not going to sub him. I don't know if he's going to knock him out. I like Nathaniel Wood, but why is he minus 560? That's
weird.
This is the crux of what I'm getting to. Yeah. Why is he a 5-1 favorite going up a weight class off of a loss? It makes no fucking sense.
Well, so why is because even though he lands, 1.29, like he's at least going for nearly 3 takedowns per 15 minutes, which is the clear path to victory against Charles Rosa. So if you take him down, which really doesn't take much, as his career takedown defense is 38%, basically the same as his takedown efficiency.
When I win $2,000, do you want a couple bucks?
I'll
do you
take
want
a
few
couple
bucks when I win $2,000?
You give a guru a $2. He's asking
I'll
you
for. I'll give you $3.
like,
I'll give you what I put up when I win $2,000.
I appreciate that. I'll bet you that same $3 that Charles Rosa does not win a decision specifically. How do you like them apples?
Well, I'll bet you $3 that he lands a flying head kick and kills him.
I'll find you, Bane.
I get it. The line, I get it, is a little wonky. It's just like these UFC London cards. It feels like we get a little extra juice on. And I'll say it. Listen, Wood's the last piece. He's the final piece of the puzzle of my favorite parlay. I just feel like, he's moving up the weight class, but like when you saw what he looked like during his last weight cut where his fight got canceled, it wasn't on his end either. It was like Morales.
He made like Michael Chandler look not vascular. Like he was so fucking jacked. It was fucking crazy. He like if you paper cut him, like he might actually die. So it's a very good thing that he's moving up weight. He was scheduled. If you guys actually remember, he was scheduled to fight Vince Morales at the last UFC London card, and that's when he looked so fucking crazy, and it was at the 145 weight limit.
But look at this. I mean, 3 inches of height difference. It's kind of gets game over. Come on.
The reach is the same.
Smoking like somebody that is 5'8".
This has got Charles roasted by decision all day, and I think that it's going to be a return to form. It's going to be the best Charles roasted we've ever seen. And I cannot wait for Boston trying to get the hand raised via decision.
He's not in Boston, though. Does that matter? I feel like that matters. He's like, shit, he's not in Boston?
I was going to say. Yes, he is. What do you mean he's not in Boston? Where the fuck is he?
Dude, it doesn't matter. He's mentally in Boston. You don't understand.
Right. It's a mindset. I'm mentally always in Boston. Peabody, Massachusetts.
That's not intimidating.
Yeah.
Peabody.
That's not an intimidating name. Is that where they signed the declaration? I
think that was
oh man.
I think that was
Mach 1, oh god.
This is it. We did it, guys. We made
fucking
it.
Nasty.
We did it. It's Makwan Amirkhani versus JSP.
Jonathan Peabody.
Yeah.
Jonathan Peabody, Massachusetts. Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. I know that Pierce is on like a 3-fight win streak. I do not fucking want to bet on this one at all because both are so inconsistent. Pierce was lit up by a fossil in Joe Lozon just a couple years ago. Makwan Amirkhani, always inconsistent. But I'll tell you what, though. him by sub is at plus 330. I feel Makwan's best equity with his gas tank issues is probably going to be by snatching a neck or snatching a limb. So hammer by sub, but at the same time, Jonathan Pierce, 3-fight. I don't give a fuck, actually.
Well, that's it. It's like, JSP is like the weaponizer of pace. The grappler, I'm gonna push you up on the cage. I'm gonna get you taken down. I'm gonna smother you. But at the same time, like Makwan Amirkhani, you're not doing that to him in the first round. Amirkhani needs to get off to a good start here. This could be the case of 2 grapplers stand on the feet and have a slow-paced kickboxing fight.
2 grapplers, 1 cage.
One guy
in Peabody, Massachusetts.
As everybody in the live chat leaves because we're
they're all gone. They've cleared out.
We're bumping, baby. Keep it up. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Peabody, Massachusetts content.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So listen, Amirkhani, I just don't know how. I mean, the chat keeps growing, guys. I don't know what's happening. It's a mutant. It's out of control. Amirkhani by submission. We laid it before the show started. We got a quarter unit, and we threw it down plus 360 on FanDuel. Guru's always checking for us, making sure we get the best line value.
I've got 400 units on Mach 1 in round 1. I just DM'd Guru about it.
Yes, you did. 400 units. This is true, guys. This is breaking news. Somebody let Luca Fury know we got big money bets out there. That's actually shout out to Eric Betts Fight.
I moved the line. I moved the line completely with my betting.
The line.
Plus 330. Now it's minus 700. I'm sorry. I have blown the line apart. Fuck you. Mach 1's a minus 2,000 favorite.
Don't let Bane bet on your fights, and don't let Bane sleep with your girlfriends because he destroys them if you leave them with him. Oh my
I've left so many women unsatisfied.
That's actually impressive, though. I didn't think it'd be that many. So
it's all of them. It's fucking all of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
many, but it's 100%.
It's
Any closing
I can't wait till my wedding night to disappoint her. Oh my goodness. For the first time.
Oh my god.
Could you I'll tell you what, man. My big critique of Christianity is like if you save it for marriage and then you fucking suck at sex, That's a bummer.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
not
fucking bummer.
that's
Yeah,
a technical foul.
absolutely. How could you possibly? How could you possibly be good at something you've never done?
Well, I mean, I mean, I can do things.
What?
Oh my god!
I'm sure I can think of something.
I'm good at
Vladimir Kani round 1. Also, I'm good at sex.
So,
I've never jumped out of a plane, and I'm really good at that. I think.
I'm amazing at it. I'll tell you what, man. Everybody's great at jumping out of a plane. Period. End it there. You can jump out of a plane. It's the easiest thing ever.
I think I'd pass out and forget to pull my parachute. That'd be like not good.
Who says you have a parachute? Who said we're giving you a parachute?
We're living on the edge.
Ooh, that was not a perfect belly flop.
Promise.
That was not a perfect belly flop. Russian judge only gave him a 6.
We got Muhammad Mokaev at -450 and Charles Johnson at +360.
Where's Mokaev's stats?
Yeah, I don't know. Something must have happened in the name spelling or something. We'll look into it and on a deeper level. But listen, we don't have stats for Charles Johnson. Mokaev's got all of 60 seconds worth of stats that don't mean shit.
Charles Johnson sounds like a fake name.
Yeah, it's actually the created UFC character on UFC 4.
Dude, but shout out to Inner G, bro. He's a savage.
For sure. No,
follower of the podcast, I believe, correct?
I think so, but we're looking to maybe, we reached out. Hopefully,
love to have him
maybe he can cash a dub here and we can celebrate together on the show. Because honestly, from you can't find all the Brave tape. It's a little tough, but when you're kind of not looking so good in the first round, you're 2.5 minutes in, you're like, oh fuck, this just isn't my day. All right, just kick your opponent in the dick.
You had
no contest. So Mokaev also had a fight flagged on Tapology for like sketchy matchmaking. We're breaking it down. Sad songs at the end of the pod.
He does have a no contest due to accidental growing kick. I am saying that right now.
Yeah,
growing
accidental. I'm telling you, this was like he smashed him in the dick. All it took was one, and this fight was over.
I'll tell you what, man. If I was a pro MMA fighter, I'd hammer dick all day long, man. I'd be he does
that.
Dick.
You do that without being a pro MMA fighter. Of course you do.
Yeah, but think if I was a pro MMA fighter, I have so many skills and experience hammering dick that I just...
Well, that's something maybe you don't have as much experience at, but you're very good at. See, remember you were trying to remember an example before? Yeah. It's hammering dick. We got it.
Oh, could this be the Lou Bet You Yam Bag Bet? Could it be?
I'll tell you what, here's my take on this one. Muhammad Mokaev deserves all of the love in the world. He is a very big prospect. His amateur record speaks for itself. But Charles Energy Johnson, baby, this guy's not a fucking can. This guy is not an easy pushover fight. No. LFA flyweight champion, recently dispatched of Carlos Motatazil, a very good friend of mine, and he deserves this limelight, baby. He deserves to be in the UFC. Do I think he's going to beat Muhammad? Not necessarily. I think Mokaev is the better fighter. I think he possesses a lot more skills. But is this going to be a firefight? Abso-fucking-lutely. Mokaev decision? I don't know. Mokaev inside the distance, maybe the best bet. I'd go with Mokaev. That really fell off at the end. That really just tapered. That jumped off a cliff at the end there. But, like, you know what I mean.
I don't know what's happening, but it's a good fight. No, really.
I'm trying to see the statistics, and it just says #div, and then there's the slash, and then I don't even know.
So, Guru, what are your thoughts here, man?
Listen, I was so impressed from what I saw from Mokaev, because if we've seen anything from Cody Durden in his last fight against JP Blaydes, like, he's not a slouch. He's not some easy pushover. So the way Mokaev, hurt him with that flying knee and then snatched his neck, like, homie, that's not a fluke. Like, that's not luck. That's really time and, zone meets prepper. Like, it's all the right things happening. He really may have that shit. But with all that being said, you actually get to see somebody here in Charles Johnson who, like, legitimately has those fucking chops, man. He's not only the LFA flyweight champion, he is the 3-time LFA flyweight champion, reigning, defending. vacated to come here and take this shot against a guy that I promise you nobody wants to fight. But he's got a fucking chance here. Same age, 2 inches of height, which Bane is probably, jumping all over. He probably had to go to the bathroom to relieve himself. He's so excited that he's 2 inches taller. And he's got the reach advantage by a half inch. The experience. If you guys watched his last fight in the LFA, that one was a fucking slobber knocker. That's like a fight of the year type fight against Carlos Mota. Carlos Mota was undefeated 6-0 going into that fight, a very highly touted prospect, a fucking tough fight, a barn burner, and Charles Johnson edged it out, man. This could be really, really tough, especially if you start to see Makayev pushed through that first round. So to that point, I kind of want to be on Charles Johnson on the dog because the value has come crashing down. I know for a fact Makayev was over minus 500, minus 520 even. And now he's like, what is he? Isn't he minus 400?
Well, the line is all the way back to
Charles Johnson
minus 450.
Plus
minus
100,000 favorite or underdog.
Whichever. It doesn't really make it. It doesn't make
minus,
it
minus 450.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, plus 360. I do. I kind of like our guy Energy.
Is that so, Guru? Would you say that this is in the territory of a dog or pass? Because I keep hearing that term a lot, and you think that minus 450 for Muhammad Makayev? It's like there's no value there, so it's got to be a dog or pass play.
I would say that this fight is maybe not a dog or pass play.
Okay, yeah, fuck me, right?
Because only because I just think that if you want to play Makayev, you play it early, and if you want to play Johnson, you play either Johnson straight up or Johnson later. Like
I just think
round 1 or 2.
Distance.
I like that
over
fading
2.5 plus 100.
I like that fading the narrative because Charles Johnson is fucking game as shit. You're not gonna just get him out of there easy.
Exactly.
What are you doing? What are you doing over there? You playing Minecraft? What's going on?
I'm pulling up the Sure Dog of this next
Sure Dog.
So our next fight.
Why does everybody shit on Sure Dog? What?
Because they're like not
they're
updated.
legit.
Like,
Yeah, they are.
Dude, when I was using Sure Dog 3 years ago, you were shitting on me too.
Well, yeah, but
that was the first place I'd heard. I had never heard of Tapology. You're like, this is place Tapology.
Well, I like their layout on Tapology is a little cleaner for getting like their career stuff.
Updated.
But I feel like sometimes Sure Dog has the specifics of like fighter height or
if I've had
like
4 beers, I'm just gonna go with Sure Dog.
I have it bookmarked.
Clear.
I have it watched bookmark favorite.
Nah, definitely.
Okay, so my thoughts on this one: Jai Black Country Banger Herbert versus Kyle the Monster. I didn't make that up. That's his nickname. I just don't love this one for Jai Herbert, and I haven't loved any fight for Jai Herbert because he seems to have the durability of, not to be disrespectful, a napkin. And so I just think minus 275 on a guy that's been finished by several featherweights. I mean, come on. Your debut, you get KO'd by the fossil, they dug him up from Egypt and they brought him to the octagon,
no.
Francisco Trinaldo. I don't have any faith in him. And I'm not saying Kyle Nelson's great either. Nelson's been on the sidelines since losing to my good pal, Billy Corantillo, in September of 2020. But at the same time, Nelson, he's not that bad. So if I can fade Jai, like why? Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't even matter about this fucking matchup. It's like, why is Jai Herbert a minus 275 favorite? Shut up, TV.
Why is Jai? Why? Why?
I was showing that Eric Best Fights was backing you up.
I didn't
put a little smiley face there.
He's always been a Sure Dog guy, but Eric, we love you, but we love you.
Oh my god!
He just started shitting.
We love you. You're older. You're older guy. Sure Dog is the old man site, and that's okay because that's the one that I hadn't. That's the one that I had known about. Like that's the one that I had heard about too. Because I'm a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying Guru's going the scorched earth approach.
Yeah, I'm crazy. No, we love Eric. Come on.
Yeah, we love everybody. But so yeah,
What we
listen,
talking
I
about,
completely agree. We're talking about the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm guy,
Wait,
Jay
wait,
Herbert.
wait.
If you hit him, he's gonna fall over. That's
So
kind of how it goes. He's gonna hit you a little bit. You know, the arms are a little bit of
yeah.
straight punches. But at some point
So
you hit him, it's like, oh.
what's interesting is that both of these guys have a brand new UFC contract that they are exercising at this point. Kyle Nelson is taking his first fight up 10 pounds, right? Up at lightweight here.
Yes.
This is his first ever fight. He specifically wanted that. I watched an interview with the wonderful, incredible, impressive James Lynch. He had a one-on-one interview with Kyle Nelson, and in that interview, Kyle had specifically discussed why he has this 22-month layoff, which was that he was waiting for a new contract, right? He had obviously gotten hurt pretty badly in his last fight against Billy Quarantillo, where Billy started that third round and sparked him pretty damn good. So he's taking his time. He told the UFC specifically that he wanted to move up weight, and it didn't pan out for him in terms of getting the matchups. So they finally got him this matchup, and that's why he's fighting now. Jai Herbert, right, gets a renewal on his contract, even though he loses to Ilia Topuria, because of his knockout win over Kama Worthy. And anybody impressed with a round one knockout win over Kama Worthy, I raise you that Kyle Nelson has one of his own. Kyle Nelson has a round one knockout win over Kama Worthy in 2017.
He also has a win over Marco Polo Reyes, and they made a game over Marco Polo that you play at pools. So I think that in terms of big wins, it goes to Kyle the Monster Nelson. Also,
how about you just bet the fight doesn't go the distance because they're gonna kill each other?
That's the best bet. Fight does not go the distance. What is that? Minus 100,000.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
That's got to be at least minus 300, no?
I think. Let's see. I'm gonna
because it's under 1.5 is minus 115. But do they have it listed on FanDuel?
Dude, I'm checking. If it's minus 115 under 1.5, hammer it. Come on, one of these guys is getting clipped. Look at how Herbert did in the first round against Ilia Topuria. He really came out strong. I was impressed for the first 5 minutes. If he does that against Kyle Nelson, TV, what are you laughing about?
I was gonna say, I mean, being impressed for the first 5 minutes, I mean, it's a lot more than what's normally provided,
Minus 250.
Minus for what?
The fight doesn't go the distance on FanDuel.
Oh, so just hammer minus 115 on under 1.5.
Ooh, you're that confident that in under 7 minutes?
No.
So just hammer it.
I just like losing money, so hammer it.
Yeah, because I mean, Kyle Nelson's losses, right? Round 3 to Billy Quarantillo, round 3 to Matt Sales, round 2. Actually, that one would cash against Diego Ferreira. And his win versus Polo Reyes would cash. So,
for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Herbert.
Honestly, you even may want to wait till that fight happens live, because if you start feeling the pace of the card and the UFC London card is happening like the last one, bet it finish. Bet that at under 1.5 because they'll kill each other. That energy is going to be nuts.
Boom. Versus Kyle Nelson. He's fighting back to back.
Yeah, that's where he takes care of Mandy Burm. He's taking So we got Mandy Burm versus Victoria Leonardo.
That's Greg Hardy FC. We don't
That's my favorite fucking championship.
Listen, hey, don't let you know who hear you say that.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh no. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well,
so we got I don't know how you trust the monster here. Victoria Leonardo, the question is, does her arm break for like the third or fourth time? But I just don't see how Mandy Burm is gonna be the one to inflict that type of damage. I don't see what she does that's damaging in any which way. Her striking on the feet, terrible. She relies on just being like a size bully when it comes to the grappling. And she gets to her UFC debut, and it's like, oh, I'm actually fighting someone that like actively cuts a solid amount of weight, and like Ariane Lipski, and like, kind of understands like reversals and transitions on the mat. Not that they're an expert, but like just kind of understands it. Mandy Bohm can't just transition into mount from being, from being underneath in full guard like she did on the regional scene. She would get taken down, and all of a sudden she's on top, raining down and getting the knockout. That doesn't happen in the UFC, and you see in her debut, that's just what she runs into, the issue of I'm now fighting UFC level talent. Victoria Leonardo, she ran into the problem of I'm fighting Manon Fiorot in my debut. Similar issues, except one of them was against Manon Fiorot. So I think I give a bigger pass to Victoria Leonardo. Also losing to Melissa Gatto by having your arm fall apart, due to like submission attempts and kicks and stuff, like, okay, I get that too. But, Mandy Bohm, I just don't see what you're going to do. And how are you the favorite at minus 130? This fight should just be straight up even, or Leonardo should be the favorite. Plus 110, get me started. We're going Leonardo.
Yeah, without a doubt, you could only play the dog on this fight. I have no idea why Mandy Bohm is the favorite. If you look at her tapology and not her sure dog, because I don't even know how to read that, you could see that the wins on her tapology are.
I thought that said, and she got the clip beat out of her, and I was like, oh, that's
my
really rude.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? I was gonna say that would be really rude of them to say.
Okay, so Mandy Bohm was. Okay, so Mandy Bohm, her record, right? She is only her first fight ever is a no contest. Then she fights another 0-0 fighter, another 0-0 fighter, 3-1, 2-3, 0-1. The lovely, incredible Jade Mason Wong was 3-0 at the time, but has since moved into bare knuckle boxing. Is not an MMA fighter at the very least.
Let's go, Jade.
I love her. And then fights Greet Eckhout, who's 5-3-1 in Bellator.
Simple.
Yes, for sure.
Hey!
You be respectful now. All right. So then, for whatever reason, she's got fights booked. She has a fight booked with National Fighting Championship. Doesn't happen. Then she gets her call up to the UFC. They try twice with Talia Santos. It doesn't work out. They give her Ariana Lipsky, and she loses by decision. She doesn't throw anything. She doesn't inflict any damage. She gets taken down. It's like, it's not a good showing at all. And she gets close to taking. She just was getting controlled. It was not very cute. And you look at somebody like Victoria Leonardo.
That wasn't really hot of her. I wasn't really attracted to that performance personally. Like me, I just didn't really like.
Babe, you can clean that up.
Babe, why aren't you fucking her up, babe? I mean, come on. I'm trying to rub one off here, and you're not helping me out.
Oh my God. What am I, Pat Barry? Relax, guys.
Christ.
What is Blue Turtle? Who the fuck is Blue Turtle?
Yeah, what is
Blue Turtle? Wait, why do I not see the chat? You guys see that?
Are you on private chat or comments? I'm on comments.
I don't know how to have it come up at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Guru is a struggle bus just in general. So
oh shit, I'm also not plugged in.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right. So my point is, before we get too off the rails again, is that that she's actually fought crazy competition. Victoria Leonardo, right? Yeah, Chelsea Hackett.
Oh, Leonardo Ninja Turtle.
Oh,
Turtle. Oh my God, that's so good.
That is such a deep reference.
Holy shit.
It's so deep.
Let's go. Papa Chuck, saving our night here.
Anyway, about that fight level of competition, she fought somebody we all know in Manon Fiorot, right? Who is now fighting Caitlin Chikagian for, like, you know what I mean? She's literally climbing the fucking ranks she's doing it Alex Pahea style, climbing the ranks. So, like, that shit's wild. So losing to her, not a big fucking deal. And then and again, we say fighters are tough, and I know it's like extremely cliche, but her arm is actually literally broken for the second time. And she's like, I'm good. Let's go. I'm fine. then they pull the doctors in and do it. She's like, no, I'm good. She's like, and they like touch her arm like the littlest bit. They're like, no, it's fucking shattered. Like she can't fight. She's like, no, I'm good. You don't understand. She's like, no, you don't understand. Your forearm is actually shattered. So I have my doctor's degree. I'm going to show it to you over there. I have my doctor's degree. You get 6 months, right? Broken arm, you heal. Maybe a little PT, 2-3 months after that. Another couple months of some fighting camp.
You gotta go hang out with Master Splinter.
Here she is. Here she is versus Mandy. Here she is versus Mandy Bohm. And I like her at dog odds to get it done, baby. Hang on, let me grab you my.
She's crawling in the sewer.
that's radioactive material.
Could you imagine? I'll tell you what, man. So I've done zero research on this matchup, but Mandy Bohm has a better.
I have my medical degree right here. It's on the back of this cereal box. that's where I applied for it. You collect enough box tops here and you apply for your medical degree, and you can say that within 6 months you can heal from a broken arm, and then you do a couple months of PT, and then you can win a fight against Mandy Bohm. It says it right here.
I love that was within reaching distance for you.
Oh, God.
Are you calling out my eating habits,
this
motherfucker?
This is the guru experience.
I'm just saying. Okay, so the only thing I have for this Mandy Bohm and Victoria Leonardo fight is Mandy Bohm has a better tapology picture, so I'm going to go with her. That's all I got to say.
All right.
It's just higher quality.
Wait, after all that, did you just go with Mandy Bohm?
Yeah, I think so.
No, what the fuck is that? No, I don't accept. What the fuck?
All right, that's
picture?
it. We
The
did
picture?
it.
That's it?
We've got one more. We've got Claudio Silva.
I didn't sway you at all?
No, not with your cereal box. Did not sway me.
What the fuck?
Oh, my God. Wait, what is going on? Oh, no.
Uh,
All right, we're going searching. We're going searching manually. We're good.
Dig.
Is it?
Put him against.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Boston.
Okay. Cool. We could put them against anybody, so it is fun. All right, so hey guys, the train is arriving at the station. Half of the wheels are off. The windows have all been broken. Half the passengers have passed away as we arrive at our last fight.
And
as the
pissed in
train.
every corner of every cabin.
I'm not going to
find
remember
the bathroom.
a second. I could get canceled from this podcast.
Never. I feel like that would actually be impossible. Best time we've had in a while. Maybe ever. Who knows? But we got Claudio Silva versus Nicholas Dalby. This is the backyard grandpa fest.
Yeah.
Old man backyard barbecue brawl.
So I did a podcast right before we did this one, and I was sober, and I'll try and repeat exactly what I said on that one. Keep in mind, I've done zero research on this matchup. Here's what I said. I've done zero research. I was bullshitting, and they were like, yeah, I agree with you. Claudio Silva, 2 years older than Nicholas Dalby. He just seems like he's a bit slower. He's at a 3.5-inch reach disadvantage. I just think at this point in his career, he doesn't present the problems that Nicholas Dalby typically brings to the cage. Dalby's a guy who's been there. He's proven himself. He's gone into the trenches. I don't see that from Silva. And this has Nicholas Dalby written all over it. I said that. I've had zero research on this.
Wait, you didn't do that with the other ones, though, right?
No, I'm drunk, dude. What the fuck do you think I did? I can't.
Oh, no.
I've been making terrible parlays this entire podcast.
It's been excellent, though. Oh no, it's been so good.
Drew's like, wait. I started betting my money, and I'm not just following what our Chronic Combat plays are.
Yeah,
this is a Saturday special right here.
Yeah, I thought we laid minus 310 on Jai Herbert. Isn't that what you said?
Oh, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you so hard.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You just have one of those faces. I just want to punch. That's a great movie. Anyway, no. So this fight, Dalby. I feel like Dalby is like a very, very tough commodity to trust at this point in time. I will never forgive him for stealing my money against Daniel Rodriguez in a fight he didn't win. He had an unfortunate fight against Jesse Ronson where he got rocked, knocked down, and then submitted. And Jesse Ronson tested positive for steroids, probably the same guy Bane was using. And then after that, he lost to Tim Means, who Tim Means has had an up and down career so far, right? Losing his last fight to Kevin Holland, before that simply beating Nicholas Dalby. So it had been a year since he had fought. Yeah, I'm not sure what Dalby has to offer at this point. When you flip it inversely, though, what does Claudio Silva have to offer at this point? Losing to Court McGeevy, unanimous decision, and James Krause in his last 2 outings, hasn't fought in a year and 2 months as well. I'm not really sure where Claudio Silva, is going to have an advantage. He's going to need to get the fight on the ground, get a submission, where Dalby has not lost a fight before. He's never been finished. So I honestly like this fight to go the distance, so you don't even have to bet a side in this fucking wacky fight. You can get the fight to go the distance on FanDuel at -120. And I honestly think that's a good way to, like I said, not have to lay chalk on Dalby or chase a dog that's probably too old to get it done.
I don't know. Look at how many submission attempts Claudio Silva has. We just don't know.
100,000.
He has at least 233 submission attempts in his past 3 fights.
Each. I think it's worth a step.
So I think without further ado, I think we gave you guys our all this card. That was.
What did you even say about that fight?
Oh, me? I don't even know, man. But
there's nothing to say.
Honestly,
it's the first fight.
Fuck that one. That's where you got to make sure that you smoked enough, you drank enough, and you're ready to get the party started. Get your mimosas poured up. The fight started mad early, so I'll be at Guru's house way earlier than I want to be.
This card starts at 8 a.m.
I was waiting for his reaction. Wait, sorry, babe. What was that?
Yeah, what did you say?
It starts at 8 a.m. my time.
So then fly here, and it can start at 11.
I'll book a flight from 4 a.m. and then
have the flight delayed.
There you go. Oh my goodness. But Bane, are you gonna come out for? They're gonna do it they're gonna do MSG in November.
No.
Why not? That's some bullshit.
The PFL's bringing me out from August 1st to the 6th.
For the Hulu Theater one.
Yeah. So
we were thinking about attending.
Dude,
we go.
We can do a live show.
Yes, we'll go. We gotta go now. We gotta get.
Well, we gotta listen. Yeah. Listen. Maybe you can hit up somebody up. We can get maybe a press pass or something. Get in there with you.
No.
That's fair too.
Maybe. I don't know.
Listen. I would ride your coattails anywhere.
Well, here's the thing, dude. If you guys are like in that area, apply for credentials because they approve anybody. Like I don't. That's not meant to be disrespectful.
No,
they want
TB do that. We applied for CFFC and it didn't. We didn't hear back, so we're gonna.
Okay, well, trust me, because they flew me out to Texas in April, and there was like a couple guys who like ran local podcasts and like nothing massive, right? And like y'all have a good, like you said, y'all are fucking building momentum. So I think if you apply, and I can work some shit for you if you're interested.
Sure, we're in the area and are willing to do it.
I'll try to get you credentialed, no problem.
So I'm gonna have TB set that up right now in terms of an application, and on the little notes will say check Bane.
We know Bane, yeah.
We know the Bane. No, but seriously,
Ben.
I honestly I even feel terrible about doing that on air. I kind of felt like we did that off air, but dude, we honestly we had such an incredible time with you, man. Like it felt so organic. Like it honestly sucks that we're gonna hang up and do other things. Like we should go out to the bar and keep this shit going.
That's what I'm fucking saying, fun. Right? But we
really
across
appreciate
the
that.
country. You guys are.
We are.
So you guys are in New York?
Jersey. We're in Jersey.
We're in Jersey. I gotta go to the cake boss and get some fucking cupcakes. I don't know.
Isn't that guy literally a criminal? Didn't he go to jail?
I have no idea. I'll tell you what, man. Like, if it came out that Buddy Velasco was a sexual predator, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Who the fuck is that?
But that's the cake boss.
Oh, okay. Can somebody Google that? I'm gonna Google it. What's his name? Buddy Velasco.
I think it's Velasco. I've got 8 beers in front of me. I can't even fucking use my keyboard. But Buddy Cake Boss.
Oh man! All right. Well, hey guys. I mean, yeah. I mean, thank you everybody for first and foremost at Ben the Bane Davis. If you guys aren't following him, you're making a gigantic mistake. And honestly, like you're ass backwards if you were watching us without knowing who Ben the Bane Davis is. So, living legend in the MMA.
He lost his hand. The cake boss lost his hand.
What the?
What do you mean he lost his hand?
Oh my god.
Well, I remember in 2020 he had his hand impaled by a pin setter at his bowling alley in his own house. He underwent 2 emergency surgeries.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's what happened to him. He didn't get arrested.
He was
his own bowling. No, but the bowling alley in his house.
Oh,
it was his own bowling alley.
Me, like, oh my god, he went bowling and lost his hand.
I think it's probably fine. I think he just got crushed. I think he's fine.
Oh my god.
Without
further ado, people,
I guess we can cross the cake boss off.
Yeah, we got the cake boss on this episode. Fuck.
All right, Guru, take us away, man. The people,
dude, Bane, 2 hours with us, buddy. Thank you seriously so much for being here. It means the world to us that you take your time out to do this. We literally had a blast. We were laughing, I think, for an hour of the 2 hours. It was truly amazing. Thank you all for being here in the live chat. Again, means so much. That's why we continue to talk to each and every one of you the best that we can. Thanks so much to all the listeners. You can follow me at Guru Scouting MMA on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, and Tapology. You can find my amazing, hardworking co-host TB Scouting MMA on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, and Tapology. If you somehow aren't following at Ben the Bane Davis on Twitter, that's a fucking mistake. He's also the same Ben the Bane Davis on Instagram. I follow you on Verdict, my brother. I expect to follow back now. We go. I want to be going head to head with you every week.
They haven't legalized it in Arizona, so I can't.
No, I mean just because you can check the buddies, how each your buddies
that's
do.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Week.
I love the Verdict tournaments. Verdict tournaments, if you guys don't know,
fun.
You can start working some money into your Verdict picks. If you feel like you're confident about your betting knowledge, then put some money behind it on Verdict. That's the place to do it.
And listen, the Bane is like, the TikTok ambassador of Verdict MMA. And just a sidebar very quickly. We have a group chat with my buddies. Look, yeah, that's me with the old Jersey.
I'm following.
Oh, you are? All right, there we go. Let's go. All right. No, that's my old Avi too. I probably have to change that at some point. But sidebar,
I was gonna say that doesn't look like you. That is that's Jorginho Rosenstrike.
Like in the pool. Yeah, it's amazing. We literally have a group chat with our buddies for about over 3 years now on the MMA based group chat, and it's called the Verdict Crew. We have been part of Verdict for a long time, and I love Verdict. So to see you, who we also love, get partnered up with them in the interim between our last podcast and this one together was just a super wonderful thing. So I wanted to shout out you and them for making a wonderful partnership there. And we're going to let everybody go now. Seriously, thank you so much for joining. You can join us next week for UFC 277. We've got the rematch that everybody's been looking for. Juliana Pena, the champ, defending her belt against the GOAT, Amanda Nunes. The GOAT. I think a big part of her legacy might be on the line next weekend. And we've got none other than Brady, DFS by the numbers, joining us. And we couldn't be more excited. So we're looking to cash checks this weekend. We're looking to cash bets next weekend. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week and take care.